So today we're going to be comparing these two creams. It's a very requested video. You guys want to know, is this a dupe? Is it not? Well, spoiler alert, it's not a dupe at all. If this is a dupe, you could say any peptide moisturizer is a dupe. The ingredients in here are completely different from one another. They both contain peptides, but they don't even have similar peptides in them. They don't have peptides that are comparable to one another. Peptides all kind of do the same thing. Their ultimate goal is to stimulate collagen. That doesn't make this a dupe for this. But if your goal is you just want peptides, then yeah, you can use a peptide moisturizer. You can use this one. You can use another one. Anything that has peptides, including my serum, you can use that as well. But if you want a straight up dupe for the drunk elephant, you can't just put it in the same packaging, the same component, and write peptide moisturizer on it and call it a dupe. It's not. The Inkeys are completely different, as you guys can see here. This contains a crazy amount of ingredients compared to this. Not saying that's better or worse, but for me, this actually does feel so much more luxurious than this. This feels a little bit waterier. This feels a little bit more emollient. So this for me is more luxe, more upscale. When I want that badass moisturizer that I know is going to just be the most luxurious, top of the line, best ingredients, most comprehensive formula, I would go for this. If I want a basic daily moisturizer, I go for this. Look at the formulas. You can see this formula is very simple, maybe 20 to 25 ingredients. This one is literally like 100 ingredients. What is the difference? So this one contains amino acids, it contains peptides in different types of formations. You have these peptides, these peptides, these peptides, and what makes them all different is the way that they're structured. That makes it a comprehensive formula. It also contains single amino acids. Peptides are just amino acids kind of bonded together. And there are these ingredients right here that you can see. And so basically you get the peptides, you get the amino acids, and then you get a ton of different emollient ingredients. I'm looking at my spreadsheet right here, and they both have hyaluronic acid, they both have a water base, they both have an emollient and a humectant right at the top. This contains so many different oils. It contains so many different oils. It also contains folic acid, and it's like the peptides start right near the top. This one, the peptides start near the bottom. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We don't know the concentration in each formula. So you may not need like a whole, a lot of quantity of the peptide in order to get a result. That is totally normal and completely fine. But these peptides, amino acids, do start like 5 ingredients down, where these ones are at the very bottom. Makes me feel like this is going to be more effective. And skincare, a lot of skincare is placebo too. We obviously know these are not dupes for one another. And how do you measure whether something's going to be a good dupe or not? If you get the same experience and if you get the same results, that's how I would measure a dupe. And so for me, you don't get the same experience with these, and theoretically you wouldn't get the same results because they have different ingredients. They also have completely different price points. This is $70 for half an ounce, and this is $15 for 1.7 ounces. You know how I feel about value-driven skincare. I love this. I would buy this all day, every day, and use this all day, every day. This, maybe not so much. I love reaching for this. You know, on days that I'm like, yes, I want the best. I want the baddest moisturizer I can find. Well, I reach for this, and it's worth it. The experience is worth it. The results are worth it. This one does an amazing job for the price point. Do not feel obligated to buy this. You do not need this. This is a great moisturizer. There is a dupe for this though. I will link it below. It is by a Cure. I need to buy it, but the Inkey is very, very similar, almost identical to the Protini. I'm going to show you now the textures of both of these. So this is them right next to one another. So this one on the left is the Drunk Elephant Protini. You can see how rich that is. It's very emollient. It looks almost like just like butter. And this one is just kind of like more like a watery gel. I'll show you how they spread out too. Very similar, but you can just see the one on the left is the Drunk Elephant one. It's more emollient. The one on the right is the Inkey, and that is just thicker. I guess I would describe it as like a little bit thicker and not as cosmetically elegant. They both rub in completely fine though. It's not like it has nothing to do with how it absorbs or spreads. When you're talking about cosmetic elegance, you're talking about how the formula is whipped together. It's kind of like an orchestra. They have to play, all the ingredients have to play off one another. When you're talking about cosmetic elegance in a formula, you're talking about ingredients that are harmonious, that go together really well. It's like a really great orchestra. Now there are different levels to that. You can have a formula like the CeraVe hyaluronic acid formula, which is a disaster in terms of cosmetic elegance because it pills. If you have a formula that pills on the skin, that's the pinnacle of like cosmetic formulation trash. The Inkey does not do that. Back to my spreadsheet. Yes, the main difference is the Inkey is thinner. It's a little less luxurious. It's a light to watery medium viscosity, and it absorbs pretty much instantly. You can use this day or night, and I have been using it day and night. This, it's a little bit more luxe feeling. It's a little bit more viscous. It is more emollient. It takes a while to absorb. It takes a little bit longer to absorb, and if you have oily skin, you may not want to use this during the daytime. This, for me, because my skin, I've rehydrated my skin over the years, I can use this day or night. Back when I was more dry, this would have been an issue for me to use during the day. In fact, I think last time I purchased this a few years ago, I couldn't use it during the day. I thought it was so thick and rich, but now I just have noticed I can use it day or night. It absorbs a lot easier. I took some notes on the different types of peptides. So a polypeptide is a single linear chain of many amino acids, and they're held together by amine bonds. I don't know what the fuck that means. And an oligopeptide consists of only a few amino acids, between 2 and 20, versus a singular linear chain of many amino acids at any length. Those are the difference. Those are two different types of peptides found in the Drunk Elephant. In the Inkey, the peptides that you have it's a pentapeptide and a hexapeptide. So two good peptides, but just a little bit different. Both obviously with the same goal. You want to plump, you want to anti-age, you want to smooth the wrinkles out. Well, I think that's it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and let me know if you do grab either of these, and if you've tried them, let me know your experience. I always love hearing your experience. So please do leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.